这位是 Tania， 她来自南非。
我拢家己手物件。
而且她是台湾人。
And I also have a Taiwan ID.
她已经住在台湾30年了。
And I've been living in Taiwan for 30 years.
今天她会分享她的故事。
I was very scared to go anywhere.
Tania怎么决定留在台湾
So that's actually the most important reason why I came back to Taiwan.
她觉得台湾这30年来在哪些方面有进步
It looks much better than it did those years.
还有更多，我们来一起看。
Hi, my name is Tania and I'm from South Africa and I've been living in Taiwan for 30 years and I also have a Taiwan ID.
But the first question I want to ask you, like, what was the first year when you came here to Taiwan?
I think it was 1995. I was going to get married.
Oh,
So I came to Taiwan.
Oh, and did you meet your husband here in Taiwan?
No, I met him in South Africa.
Oh, okay. You guys met there, then like did you live there for some time and move here, or?
Yes. Well, I first came here just to visit. Yes. And then went back to South Africa and came back and then we got married.
Oh, okay. Yes. And then like after, like, did you start to live here, or?
Yes, I lived in Taiwan. Well, in Kaohsiung.
Oh, Kaohsiung. Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember like what was your first impression when you just came here?
When we were landing, I was actually quite scared the first time.
Scared?
I was like, oh my goodness. Because those years there weren't so many buildings. Yeah, so it looked a bit scary at first, but it was fine, all good.
Back then, like, was it very different compared to how is it now?
Yes, very different. Yeah,
and
much dirtier.
Yes. And how was it for foreigners to live here 3 years ago?
It was completely different to what we used to because the culture is very different. So you have to either be really in love with somebody or really love Taiwan, I suppose. Yes.
What was kind of like the cultural differences?
I used to be Roman Catholic and my ex-husband is Buddhist. So like they pipe pies. When we got married, of course I had to like do really weird stuff and I'm not used to it, but I did it. Yeah, just a lot of different things. And I think men in Taiwan are more important than women in general, but it's changing. It used to be like that, but it's changing a lot now. So
when you had like a Taiwanese husband, what kind of like the differences that compared to what you had like back home? Like what was the main differences?
I think Taiwan men, are more. They expect the woman to maybe do everything first. Yes. So maybe they're more shy in the beginning.
Was it hard, like just in daily life, or it was like?
In the beginning, yes, very difficult. I was very scared to go anywhere. Yes, because also I was scared to drive or anything because everything's on the opposite side as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that was really scary. Those years, everything was really not so clean, and I like very, very clean. So for me, it was like very difficult in the beginning.
Right.
So I mostly stayed at home. I hardly went out.
At that time, like you didn't speak Chinese language, right?
Those years?
Yeah.
No. I learned it in Kaohsiung.
Is there any like kind of like language barrier when you want to go out and talk to people?
Yes. That was a bit awkward in the beginning. Yes, very difficult.
And how do you usually overcome this?
I think with a lot of body language.
Body language.
Yes. And I wouldn't just go out and buy things. My brother-in-law would actually help me. So if I needed anything, he would help me to get it. And then once I could speak, then I started going out slowly and doing things for myself.
And like for these like 30 years, what do you think like kind of like the main things that has improved here in Taiwan, or like what?
Well, the pollution for one, and the bad odors from the drains, especially in Kaohsiung. They used to have the drains really smelled really bad. Like wherever you walk, you can smell it. That's improved a lot. The pollution has definitely improved. And then everything's much cleaner. I think they fixed it up nice. It looks much better than it did those years.
What things do you think hasn't improved since 30 years?
Hasn't improved?
Yeah.
The driving.
Oh, the driving?
Definitely the driving.
Like
it has a little bit.
So how's the driving, like the people, the way they drive? Or?
Yeah, especially the scooters. I feel that the cars are driving much better, but the scooters, when they ride, it's really dangerous. Yes.
And do you get used to driving in Taiwan?
Driving car, yes.
Okay.
Riding a scooter, I ride a scooter, but I'm very nervous. So I prefer driving. I feel safer.
Right. Back then, like 30 years ago, like, do you remember like what things did you like about Taiwan?
I can't really remember. I was too scared to go anywhere.
So there's nothing.
In Kaohsiung, when you go anywhere, when you go out to eat or anything, the people in Kaohsiung are really loud. So to me, it always sounded like there was a big fight, or somebody was going to fight. So, no, those years, no. Now, yeah.
Hey, how about now, like, what things do you like?
The people,
the
Taiwan people are quite friendly. Comparison with my country, I suppose, it's safe, very safe. I like that. It's very safe in Taiwan.
And do you think it changed, like, for 30 years? Did they become more friendly compared to, like, 30 years ago? Or?
Yes, they have definitely.
Oh, really?
Especially if you compare to people from Kaohsiung.
Oh.
Yeah. I think those years, there were a lot of people that weren't that friendly.
Oh, really?
I always thought everybody was like, especially the women, they always looked like upset or angry about something. Yes. But now I think people smile much more friendlier. Maybe it's because of all the foreigners or, yes.
And like what things you didn't like 30 years ago?
Well, for one, the scooters riding in the opposite direction.
Oh, yeah.
On the pavements or on the sidewalks. I didn't like that at all. And then the people spitting in the streets.
Oh, also the time like they did.
Yeah, no, a lot, everywhere, especially in Kaohsiung. Like in Taoyuan, I think the people are much more polite and they've got better manners. But in Kaohsiung, I think they're more like just do whatever they want to.
Oh.
Yes. So I think, the spitting and then the pollution, of course, was really bad those years. Now it's much better.
Okay, that's good. Now I want to ask you about the Taiwanese language because you can speak Taiyu, right?
Yeah,
so,
Taiwanese.
How did you learn about Taiyu?
In Kaohsiung, everybody speaks Taiwanese. Yeah, they can speak Chinese, but their main language is Taiwanese. So everybody speaks Taiwanese there. And then also in my house, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, his wife, they all only spoke Taiwanese. So I just listened and I picked it up. I was lucky.
And how's it like for people when they see you speak Taiwanese? Like,
no, they're very surprised. They're like, oh, yeah, you're speaking Taiwanese. Yes.
Yeah. For you, like Taiwanese, is it like fluent or?
I think, nearly.
Can you say something in Taiwanese?
I don't know what to say.
Or maybe you share like what do you eat in the breakfast in Taiwanese?
And breakfast, I always make my own food. That means I make my own food.
Oh, this is cool. Okay. Yeah. In your daily life, like now, like when you go out, you speak Taiwanese to people, right?
Yes, people speak Chinese to me, but I'm used to speaking Taiwanese, so I can understand it, but I automatically speak back to them in Taiwanese because it's just easier for me. If I speak Chinese, I have to first think how to say it in Taiwanese, then from Taiwanese into Chinese. Yes, and I'm not used to speaking Chinese. So.
And how do they react like when they see?
Very surprised.
Surprised.
Yes. And they're like, wow, you can speak Taiwanese. Everybody actually likes it, because I think most foreigners speak Chinese, so to them it's different.
Yeah, this is super cool. You've been here like 30 years, right? Yes. And like, did you get like Taiwanese citizenship?
Yes.
Oh, you did it.
But I had to give up my South African citizenship to get the Taiwanese one.
But like, how was the process and how did you decide?
I had to do a test, but they gave me like a book in Chinese, but I can't read Chinese. So I'm like, really? Okay. But I didn't have time to study, so I just went and did the test, and I was lucky. I don't know. They had somebody from Taipei actually go to Kaohsiung and test me because they had to speak Taiwanese to me. And then, I just passed. So that was lucky because I couldn't study the book.
And when was it? Like, when did you get the Taiwanese citizenship?
When? I'd have to look at my ID. Maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Okay, so like 10 years ago.
About, yes.
And how did you decide that you want to like give up your like own citizenship and get Taiwanese?
Because of my kids.
Yes. Was the process easy and everything? Or?
No, I had to do a lot. I even had to come to Taipei. Yes. After I got divorced, it was even worse because I went back to South Africa and then came back. So then they wanted me to do the test again because if you're married, you only need 60%. But if you're divorced, you need 70. And I got 68. So I was like, oh, come on, really? Please don't. I'm like, please don't. And then the lady was really nice. She went to speak to somebody, came back out, and she said, okay, never mind. It's okay.
Wow. So
that was really nice, yes.
Now, like when you get like Taiwanese ID, like when you go like to some banks or stores and you give them ID, like do people get surprised?
They're also like, oh, wow, yes. They're very surprised, yes.
And you have like your Chinese name on it?
Yes, it's got my Chinese name, yes.
Okay, this is cool.
Yes.
What do you think like the benefits And disadvantages for foreigners to have like Taiwanese ID?
I did it because South Africa is also at the moment it's very dangerous. So and my kids, they were born in South Africa, but they're raised here. They're used to Taiwan.
But can they have like Taiwanese ID? Or
yeah, they've got Taiwanese IDs.
And also South Africa? No.
Only my eldest daughter, because she was 18 already. So, but my other daughter wasn't 18, so she had to also give it up with me.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay. Also, like I want to ask you like about like the dating culture, like in Taiwan and back home. Like, how do you think is it different?
I think Taiwanese men they expect the woman to make the first move. They're more shy, I think, in the beginning. Yeah. So. Whereas in South Africa, it's usually the guys. I think in most foreign countries, it will be the guy to make the first move. Yeah. In Taiwan, I think it's the man's responsibility to actually pay, but I wasn't that lucky. Let's put it that way.
Okay. You've been here for 3 years, and like what was kind of like the main reasons like why you decided to like live here in Taiwan, like stay in Taiwan?
Well, because of my husband.
The husband.
Yes.
As I understand, like you had like 2 husbands, right? And then like you got divorced.
Divorced, yes.
And how long did you guys live together?
18 years. In Kaohsiung. Yes.
Okay. Is it the first one, right?
That's the first husband. The second I was were together for 10 years, but we were married for 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's almost all the time.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Long
it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you have like the chance, like what things about Taiwan would you change?
I'd say hopefully the driving here, and then the English education. I think by now Taiwan people's English should be much more advanced and better. I would like to do something about that for sure.
Okay. So like, what do you think about hospitals in Taiwan?
They're good. Very good.
Good?
Yes, and cheap. Well, if you've got a medical card. Even without medical, it's quite cheap.
And like what parts of like hospitals do you think are nice in Taiwan?
The emergency. For me, I think emergency is the best because they do everything thorough, you know. Because usually if you go to the doctor and you say, this is sore, then they send you from this doctor to that doctor to that doctor. And if you go to emergency, they just do everything. Yes, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it's more convenient.
Okay, right. What do you think about safety in Taiwan?
Oh, very safe. Yes, I love that. That's actually the most important reason why I came back to Taiwan, because of the safety.
Like, how do you think is raising kids in Taiwan? Like, is it difficult, especially because you're a foreigner?
No, actually, I think I was pretty lucky, I suppose, because I was most of the time by myself, but I think I was pretty lucky. My kids are quite well behaved and yes, and in school and yeah, so no, I think it's better for kids to be raised in Taiwan. Yeah, because there's much more to do for kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you speak with them like in English or in Taiwanese?
English, but sometimes Taiwanese if I'm not happy.
Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And now,
thank you.
Let's say bye-bye together.
Bye.
Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.